Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, my people, my people? I was not going to do a live. I was going to be content to give y'all my holiday video, which I thought was a pretty cool gesture and a pretty cool video. And then I thought, nah, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I got to pull up. So I double pulled up. So here I am, pulled up for my people. How y'all doing this evening? What was going on? What was going on with y'all? Hey, Grand Madam. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Tidings and cheer. Cheer and tidings. Kamoyo, how you doing? Merry Christmas. Cheers and tidings. Tidings and cheer. Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the building, y'all. And I'm waiting on you. I'm going to sit here. We're going to sit here and we're going to wait for y'all to pull up. But you know what? While I'm waiting for y'all to pull up, let me see how this turned out first. Because I got to learn something. I am going to share a gift with you. Actually, I might share a couple of my gifts with you. Because y'all here. Oh, ooh, I got it. I'm going to share that with myself. I'm going to share that with me. And okay. Bam. And away we go. I'm waiting for it to come. And when it comes, X going to get it to you. Going to give it to you. Well, D going to give it to you. Ain't going to be X. Boom. There we go. Treat and a half. Let's do that. Okay. All right. We're going to see what we got here. We're going to see what we got here, boys. What's in it? Oops. Bam. Ha. There we go. Share, mail, me, and go. There. I'm doing it. Okay. Anansi, what up? Y'all in the building here this evening. Y'all like, what are you doing here tonight? We were not expecting you. I know you were not expecting me, man, but I had to pull up. I had to. Because, you know what? Here, I'll take you through my day. I had my daughter spend the night. And she spent the night. She came over, and we kind of had some daddy daughter time, had some hangs, and woke up. Well, actually, we had breakfast for dinner. That's kind of a cool thing that we do on Wednesday. Have breakfast for dinner. It might be a heavy dinner, it might be a light dinner, but we always have breakfast for dinner most of the time. Let me see, make sure I got everything. Just wanted to make sure I had it anyway. Okay. All righty, you filthy animals. Breakfast to dinner is always a win. It's good as hell. What I may not potentially have shared with everybody, because I just learned it a little bit ago myself. Well, not a little bit ago, but more like a little over 24 hours. Anyway, um, goodness, I need to. I'm gonna have facing this way so y'all can see it. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Those are my grandbabies. Yes, that I am now officially a GOG, a G pop, whatever you want to call it. Um, they are twins. The one on the left, that is they're fraternal. That is Aurora, and the one on the right is Ezra. Ezra and Aurora. And his father say he hanging pretty well. So we carry on the tradition. Also, too, I had to get it close up because my baby girl FaceTime me, and I just got to be out here, funking and flexing. So this was the FaceTime picture I just got. I had got Ezra. See, look at me looking on. I was a proud grandpappy. I was a proud grandpappy. But apparently they done ate and they done been bedded down for the evening. And my grandbabies is happy and healthy, and I can't wait to get down to Cali and spoil the hell out of them. So, yeah, that was a wonderful Christmas gift for your man. Um, that was very cool. That was very cool. Anyways, though, another Christmas present I got. Okay, I know what you're saying. You're saying it's just a pipe. No, it's not a pipe. It was it's made of meerschaum. Meerschaum is a kind of a clay that it's what's unique about it is that it's fire proof. It doesn't burn. Also, it absorbs tar and moisture, so you get more of what you're messing with versus the taste of whatever that crap was when you have another pipe. Around the world in 5 seconds. You must be new out this piece. You might want to check yourself before you get too carried away. I said grandchildren, so chill for real. If you ain't got nothing positive to say, STFU. But anyways, this is what I want to get to, and it's a good thing that you're behaving that way. That kind of just reminded me of what I wanted to talk about tonight, or one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight, since it's Thursday and it's Christmas. Question. And I want y'all, you can tell me in any order you want to. It ain't no order, but give me your Mount Rushmore in the comments. Your Mount Rushmore of black superheroes. Any four, it could be any company, it can be any, you know what I'm saying? Just the only prerequisite is they gotta be black and deserve to be on a Mount Rushmore of black superheroes. Right? So when you're ready, start hitting me in the comments. I cannot wait. Because there's a method to the madness. Trust me, there is 100% a method to the madness. Go ahead. Let's play. It's Christmas time. I feel like having fun. So, matter of fact, let me get this other little detail looked up. This other little detail looked up so we can be on the same sheet of music. There we go. Okay. Cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. All right. Do, 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 do. Everybody bashful? All right. I'll play. Let's do it like this. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Maybe just y'all a little bit. Wow, it's that much time? Okay. Kamayo said T'Challa, Blade, Spawn, Aurora. Okay. And for the record, there are no wrong answers. Okay. Okay. Your personal Mount Rushmore black superheroes: T'Challa, Vixen Storm, and Adam, the Blue Marvel. Okay. 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 Folks forget Spawn is a brother. Okay. Now, here's the issue that I had the other day. I was on Facebook the other day. It's a black superhero page. Okay. And that was the image. Okay. Now, here's the comment I made and the comment several other people made. Nobody, for the most part, has a problem with T'Challa or Storm being there. But a lot of people got a problem with Miles Morales being there. WTF. Miles Morales has not been around long enough to be on a Mount Rushmore of black characters. Period. Point blank. I'm sorry. If you ain't been around 20 years, you don't get to be in this conversation. The only argument I had was that both Spawn and Miles Morales, in my viewpoint, should be replaced with Blade and Luke Cage. How you gonna talk about black superheroes and not mention Luke Cage? How? You know what I'm saying? And an argument could be presented for John Stewart as well. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about if popularity is what it's supposed to be about. I mean, I get it. Spawn has had close to 400 consecutive issues of his comic book. Not to mention peripheral comic books. You know what I'm saying? Tales of the Hell Spawn, King Spawn, Rat City. It's a few of them out there. So is it about longevity or is it about popularity? Is it about a combination of them both? Because when I said replace Spawn with Luke Cage and replace Miles Morales with Blade, I was told I was crazy AF. You crazy AF. That's what was said to me. First of all, you don't know me. So you don't know what I am. Second of all, you judgmental as AF. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I clap back. You judgmental. And I explain my position. I feel like Spawn having, as he put it, carried his entire universe for decades. That's cool, but that ain't a flex. And just like Kamoyo got done saying, a lot of people forget that Al Simmons is a black man. Damn that he don't embrace it or act like, it's the most important thing about him. He knows he's black, but he don't harp about it because most of the time he's looking like a burnt up French fry. So is it the visual? Is it not seeing black skin that we can't associate with Spawn? Because we don't see no skin on T'Challa when he's in full habit. For me, it's the characters themselves. It's what they represent. And to me, T'Challa represents what he needs to represent. Storm represents what she needs to represent. Luke Cage represents what he needs to represent. Blade represents what he needs to represent as far as them being black, quote unquote, black characters. It ain't no doubt in your mind them 4 characters I named are black. And if you think it's Marvel centric, I will still keep, if I had to do it, I would still keep T'Challa and Storm because black status 100. If I gotta go another comic book company, like I said, we go John Stewart, Jefferson Pierce. Both been around since the 70s. So, I mean, what's the real beef with me not 100% agreeing that Spawn should be up there? Because I don't think black when I think Spawn. I know he is, but I don't think that's not one of the first things I think about when I think about Spawn. The fact that he's a black man. And it very rarely comes up, if we being honest. So what would there be to remind me? And you got his whole face covered. It's kind of the same thing that was going on with T'Challa in the 60s. They wanted his face covered up because he had a half mask. I think Theo talked about this in his live last night. But he had a half mask. And people saw it was a black face. Ooh, no, cover that up. The same reason when the Blue Marvel was first active, face covered up. Expectation, what we see. So with his face covered up, just like with Blue Marvel, we don't know who he is. So we love him. Hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people love Spawn as a character. 100%, well, not 100%, but unaware of the fact that that's not a black man. Because he doesn't give you any indications or tells that he is a black man. He doesn't have to behave black to, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, when I say black, when you say black, how black you want it? And I don't mean black as in behavior. You know what I'm saying? T'Challa's behavior isn't quote unquote black, but that's a black man simply because of the Afrocentricity of the character. Storm, you looking at her. Black woman, beautiful, thick black woman with white hair in a swimsuit. At least that's how she was introduced to us. Flying around naked with her titties out. I'm a goddess. Kind of hard to forget that. Luke Cage, the quintessential street hero. Bulletproof with steel hard skin and super strength. I am against the establishment. I am against the man and ain't got no problem flexing it. How Luke Cage ain't on nobody's Mount Rushmore? Because he ain't had a comic book in God knows how long. He showed up in Timeless. He's the mayor of New York, quote unquote. So let's talk about it if y'all want to talk about it. Mario say, I love Luke. He just don't have an entire universe built around him. And that tends to be a trend with American-based black superheroes. They don't have an argument could be presented for Sam Wilson, but they ain't building that universe around Sam Wilson. They building that universe around Captain America, so to speak. But you know what? I'm not gonna dogpile on Sam Wilson because I feel like written the right way, he could be dope. It's a lot of people that don't really care for the cinematic portrayal of that version of Captain America that kind of makes people shy away from it because that's the popular opinion. But Luke Cage got, my goodness, I just did a video about Power Man and Iron Fist. Luke Cage was literally banging through the 70s. From 72 to 77, that was 5 years straight that people were reading Power Man. People were reading Luke Cage because they wanted to see Luke Cage. Luke Cage was out there. Hell, he got into a fight with Spider-Man. Him and Spider-Man fought. Luke Cage legit. He legit. Luke Cage hung out with the Defenders. Luke Cage was legit. You know what I mean? Then Luke Cage had a assortment, a rogues gallery of, I guess the best thing you could call them was like, I'm attempting to give you the rogues gallery. But it comes off rogue-ish. You know what I'm saying? It was the 70s, so the villains were like mad simple. Steeplejack is one that jumps out in my mind because the cat was like super racist, and they didn't try to hide the fact that he was, calling Luke Cage boy, and that kind of stuff. Who's the other guy? The piranha, the cockroach, the spear, Senor Suerte, or Mr. Muerte, depending on what manifestation he was taking. And for those of you who do not speak Spanish, suerte in Espanol means luck, lucky. So he was either Mr. Luck or Muerte, Mr. Unalive. So Luke Cage is even famous for squaring up with Dr. Doom because Dr. Doom owed him money. Stiletto and Discus, two bad guys he fought with that he continued to fight with off and on. Power Man got the name Power Man, beat up Power Man, said I'm keeping the name. You know what I'm saying? So is it that he did or didn't have a universe built around him, or was it his universe was kind of ridiculous? You know what I mean? Because a lot of them characters that he squared up with do not hold water today. You could do Stiletto and Discus. You could probably do them. Mr. Muerte, Senor Suerte, you could probably do him. You could probably, yeah. But then, folks like Steeplejack and Shades and Comanche, I do not see them translating well, especially since all Shades was a poor man's Cyclops. You know what I mean? So yeah, Luke needs a he needs something. He needs some solid. Well, I mean, he got some cool villains after it became Power Man and Iron Fist, but then a lot of the villains he fought, they weren't so much his rose gallery as they were like mainstream villains who was like known for fighting another hero like the Constrictor, Sabretooth, the Eel. A lot of them cats was somebody else's villain before they came across Luke Cage. There's a lot of characters like that. Don't get it twisted. It didn't make the stories any less entertaining or engaging, but at the same time, you know what I mean? It's like, where's his unique villain? Where's his foil? Where's, you know what I'm saying? Unless, you know, you count somebody like Bushmaster. Okay. I hear y'all out here, so let me see what's going on with the comments. Y'all bubbling. I wish T'Challa had the love Spawn has gotten. Maybe if he was just called the Panther, maybe it's the black that throws all of those millions of non-black fans off from saying, I like T'Challa. And I agree, bump their opinion. But when you tell somebody their opinion is invalid, that's something different. I don't care about you having an opinion. If I say something and you say I disagree, blah, 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 that's fine. But don't call me out my name. You know what I'm saying? I was getting ready to, you know, put a tirade in there. But I simply explained my position, my rationale, and was like, kindly F off. You know, so like I said, I don't get into them kind of engagements no more. I ain't trying to trade comments and go back and forth with you. I already checked you. So, you know what I'm saying? You want to come back with some dumbass comments, that's on you. Al do be looking extra crispy. Yeah, he does. Blade ain't written like he's a brother. No different than Spawn, to be honest. They don't lead with their blackness. Yeah, but what Blade lacks in blackness, he makes up for in bad assery. So even though Blade, quote unquote, don't act black, it don't make him no less of a badass, I guess is what I'm saying. I have black friends who are just like Blade and Spawn. I listen to heavy metal, so I move in those circles. Their blackness is secondary to who they are. Yeah, I know a few people like that. Nope, not enough Luke. Not enough Luke at all. Please. I mean, the timeless thing, I appreciate it. That was nice. You elevated somebody to powerhouse, superhuman. Oh, that's a whole problem at a threat level. But it didn't feel natural. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with Luke Cage having the powers of the Century, the Hulk, and Iron Fist, along with his own. I'm not hating on that at all. It's just the way it came. I don't know. That's the only way you can explain something like that happening organically, is it happening on another world or in another dimension or another universe. Spawn is the only character who has a yes. Image is built around the Image universe is built around Spawn because Spawn's creator built the Image universe. Deal with it. Oh, you say you actually replaced Luke with Aurora so you wouldn't be labeled misogynist. I mean, if that's the case, an argument could be presented for Nubia. An argument could be presented for Misty Knight. An argument could be presented. I mean, an argument could be presented, but it get argued down. But I mean, but there are a lot of black female superheroes that I would consider putting on a Mount Rushmore, not necessarily because they're the most popular, but when I say Misty Knight, you know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to explain it to you. When I say Nubia, I ain't got to explain it to you. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, it gets kind of sketchy, if you know what I'm saying. You had to step away for a bit. So, Grand Madam, the assignment was to put in the chat who would be your Mount Rushmore of black superheroes. That's 4. Throw them in the comments, and that's what we've been discussing for like the past 20 minutes or so. So you didn't miss too terrible much. Also, I forgot to show y'all the pipe, the Meerschaum pipe came in this box. What an ornate and beautiful case. From Turkey. So, now, what questions have been occupying my mind over this holiday? What makes the Medusa, we talking action figures now. What makes, I'm still waiting on Grand Madam, but we talking action figures right now. What makes the Medusa that they just released in the Medusa and Gorgon 2-pack better than this one? Or was it just we was returning to Medusa's original look? We've been requesting Medusa's original look. What's wrong with that look? I'm just curious. And it was a Walgreens exclusive. There's my Grand Madam right there. What she say? T'Challa, Adam Brashear, Luke Cage, and Storm. I could live with that too. She looks like Madam Web in purple. Okay, that might be the case, but she got Medusa hair. And I was looking at that Medusa figure. What does that the hair is configured a different way, but what does that hair, can I grab things with that hair? Can I hold like Medusa? Can we do brachiation? Yeah, I'm saying you went to the trouble to make a whole nother Medusa, and it has a whole nother look, but what does it do besides stand around? Does it do anything? Does it come with an accessory? What does Medusa do? I feel like if you were gonna make a Medusa, all right, when Medusa made her debut in the Marvel Universe in the pages of Fantastic Four, she was doing things with her hair. She was grabbing people with her hair. She was grabbing things with her hair. She was swinging from one thing to another with her hair. What can you do with this or the new figure that reflects that type of dexterity in Medusa's hair and neck muscles and whatever else she need to be strong in to be swinging from her hair? Just a thought. I mean, does Does that make sense to anybody besides myself? Just a thought. Now, in the case of Black Bolt, with the Black Bolt Triton 2-pack coming out, we know that one is quantum leaps and bounds over this one. But till them prices come down a little more, bruh. What we got going here? That hair should be wire, or there should be appendages that come out of the hair or that are incorporated in there that you can, come on, y'all get where I'm coming from. It's Medusa and it's her thing. Why we just got her with hair that she can't do nothing with? Matter of fact, she got so much hair. Can this action figure even stand up? You know what? We right here. I have never opened this, ever. Today we're going to find out. We're going to find out what's what. Because inquiring minds, want to know. I'm just, you know what I mean? It ain't no big deal or nothing, but if you already had one figure with, accessories and, turnout and whatever else you want to say about it, why make another one? I don't get that. But, if you're going to make the Inhumans, you might as well remake all of them. No need to remake Karnak. I don't get it. It's a Walgreens exclusive. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't look like that does much of anything. Just sits around. Looks cool. So, it is what I'm saying. Why make another one exactly like this? I mean, it's not exactly like this appearance-wise, but function-wise, you have a big head with a heavy chunk of nothing attached to it, essentially. Well, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to say non-functional. I can't put her hair in a position of grabbing anyone or anything. You know what I'm saying? So this is my reasoning why, you know what I'm saying, they knew this. So that's why they put the new Medusa in with Gorgon. Somebody they know we wanted. We want a Gorgon figure. That one's useful. That one's functional. That one's brand spanking new. That one comes with accessories. So we're going to put it in there with the non-functioning ass Medusa. And you got to buy it. So maybe is there anybody out there in the Rock With Me Nation that was like, you know what figure I need to make my collection complete? Medusa. Crystal, love it. Long overdue. Lockjaw, perfect. Yay. Could have just gave us a Gorgon and we'd have been cool with this Medusa. I'd have been cool with this Medusa. I didn't need the original Frightful Four look. But I guess, in the scheme of things, that's what they were going for. They wanted to give you that Inhumans from the 60s looking. in humans. So you're supposed to be thankful for this mid figure. I don't want to call it mid, but just you really didn't need to make another Medusa, Hasbro. This one was good. Like what? Just same thing with that Enchantress. He's an evil enchantress. He lives in a fan. Oh no, never mind. I was having a Broby moment. Brony, because I used to watch My Little Pony, and there was this episode where there was this black pony. The actress who did the voice of Storm did the voice of the zebra, Zakora, and they thought she was like evil, but they just didn't understand her because she was different and she had flavor and knew like a little magic stuff. Well, not so much magic, but just what herbs and spices to mess with. But yeah, it was a learning lesson for the ponies, to be certain. Okay, Medusalith, and Black Agar. Woo, Lord save me from the creativity of those names. And we close her up, shut it down. That's what we're working with. That's why we're working with it. Because nobody felt like it was necessary to be content. Okay. Marvel figures are less detailed than what we are used to nowadays. You barely even get accessories. Well, I mean, this particular one came out some time ago, Kamaya. Like I said, it's a Walgreens exclusive. So Walgreens exclusive has been out for years. I mean, that's nothing new. It's just the fact that I put that in there wrong. I'll fix it later. It's just the fact that you giving me another one right behind this one, and what did we do? You know what I'm saying? What did you give me new? And they knew they couldn't give you anything new because I guess Medusa hair is too top heavy to really do anything manipulative with it, you know, because even if you could put something in Medusa's hair, the weight of it being there would make it fall over. I don't know. Medusa's a hard one to work with. Medusa's a hard one to figure out. I hear you with the pipe cleaner thing. And maybe perhaps cut. You know what? You could drill a hole, maybe. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see what it do. Maybe I'll cop an old Medusa and experiment with that. And if it works out, I'll do it with this one. So there you go. I never asked y'all, how was y'all Christmas? What did you get for Christmas? Rock with me, nation. What y'all get for Christmas? Did you get what you wanted for Christmas? I mean, I know this pipe I got is pretty A-okay. You know, I've had time to light it up and do my thing. Can Magic say you used to make families with you twist them all together and make a mama and a daddy and yeah. Hey, sometime when you're marginalized, you have to improvise. I get it. I used to make action figures with aluminum foil. Shape it into a little figure and then make a little cape for it and put the cape on it. And my mama would be mad at me. I'd be using up all the aluminum foil. You know, I had me a whole army, you know, and did what it is. Mario say, I'm back in my house for Christmas. That's all I wanted, so I am happy. Glad you got what you wanted for Christmas. got a plushy robe and Bath and Beauty Works goodies. I got some Sakamoto Days pajamas too. And they know I like a calendar. I like to keep a calendar. So since the Chiefs ain't doing so good and there ain't no Black Panther movies out, I settle for the next best thing. Give me a kaiju calendar. And it's got all, it's got a few Godzilla poses and a few of Godzilla's more memorable foes. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty cool with this. This is a pretty cool present as well. And like I said, I got the pipe. And every year, I always manage to get some Ferrero Rocher. Now, I don't know about y'all. You ain't never had it, but I try not to have it too much because it's, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get that blood sugar too high. But, Ferrero Rocher, it's got like nuts and hazelnut. They're dipped in hazelnut, and it's like a kind of like a wavery kind of little chocolate ball pause sort of thing. So I'm good with those. I try not to eat too many of them though. Godzilla goodies are cool. I actually should start collecting that 6-inch line because they've actually got quite a few of the classic Heisei and Showa era monsters. Like they got a really cool 6-inch Rodan. They've got a really cool 6-inch Mothra. Yeah, just to have, because I'm into MonsterVerse. So yes, I agree 100%, Grand Madam. Godzilla goodies are cool. Am I ready for the next 2 Godzilla movies? Yeah, I saw Destoroyah is going to be one of the monsters that Godzilla will be squaring up against. That should be a heck of a challenge because Destoroyah has always been a problem for Godzilla. So yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. And then what I hear about that Monarch show, they delving into King Kong this season or the upcoming season. They're gonna be doing, putting their focus on King Kong. So yeah, I have a Godzilla and a Mecha Godzilla. I haven't seen a Gigan, but I want, yeah, definitely, because Space Monsters coming up. Space Godzilla. Yeah, that would be a cool one to have too. Who is the kaiju in the next -1 movie? I believe it's supposed to be Hedorah, not Ghidorah, Hedorah, aka the smog monster. So a creature born out of pollution, since it's plausible that a creature can be born out of radiation, one born out of pollution. So that should be mad interesting and fun to watch, since we're kaiju fans over here, okay? We're kaiju fans over here. I grew up on Godzilla movies. Y'all grew up on Godzilla movies. Y'all know the deal. The cat in the latex suit walking around dancing and what I'm saying, and breathing fire and fighting. That was Godzilla for us. But when we got a more believable looking Godzilla, I mean, it didn't take the MonsterVerse for me to be like, Godzilla's cool again. It just took the Heisei era. You know what I mean? Because That's when they were like, okay, we got to make Godzilla look like he ain't just a dude in a latex suit. And that's when they started putting a little more, like when he would breathe fire, little sparks and pieces would like kind of fly out of the side of his mouth, which kind of actually made it look more like an organic being and not a dude in a suit. You know, and to revamp the 90s Mecha Godzilla that was like more of, I guess, kind of a good guy, you know, if that makes sense. I enjoyed that one more. The Godzilla that they eventually morphed into Kiryu. And then that mythos of Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, is born from a battle with Godzilla. I mean, Ghidorah. Mecha Godzilla is born from a battle between Godzilla and Ghidorah. Ghidorah got one of his heads chewed off by Godzilla and some of his wing damaged, and American scientists took Ghidorah, put a mechanical head on him and a mechanical wing, and made him Mecha Ghidorah. Godzilla kicked his ass again, and then they took that head and they put a body around it and made it Mecha Godzilla. And every now and then it would think for itself, and so it do crazy shit, and the person piloting it couldn't control it. So there was a lot of that taken and put in Kong versus Godzilla when they went up against Mecha Godzilla. So nothing is new. That's what I always tell my wife and my kids. Nothing is new. They always revamp something, from music to movies to fashion. Nothing is new. Somebody did it before. Unless somebody comes back with them puffy ass pants that people used to wear on safari in the jungle, nothing is new. Even then, it won't be new because they was doing it in the jungle with the safari pants. So if those pants make a comeback, there's something that ain't been around for a long time. Well, we have 52. You know what? Oh, Ghidorah is easy to find. He's all over the place. I mean, especially since, you know, with this King of the Monsters thing, it ain't hard to find a Ghidorah. I mean, I think finding it in the right size is what you're trying to do. But yeah, 6-inch line, they got plenty. Matter of fact, they got like Ultraman stuff in 6-inch line. And the other day I was watching Ultraman, because I remember that episode where, you know what? I can show you better than I can tell you. Because a lot of people were like, Ultraman and Godzilla fighting. No, Ultraman and Godzilla never fought. Godzilla, they took a monster. Here, I just. There you go. All right. This is how cheap they were back in the Tokusatsu era. I'm like, wow, for real. Everybody like, what? What are you seeing, D-Real? I'm about to show you in a second. There it is. Okay. Everybody remembers Ultraman. So here's what you got. A refashioned suit and accessories put on it to make us think it was a whole nother monster. Now, don't that just look like Godzilla with a piece of spinach around his neck? That's all that is. That's Godzilla with a piece of spinach around his neck. Now, see, here's the thing. That shit got ugly. Here, let me I'm gonna show you another one. Now, in this episode, there's this professor, and he the monster that we know to be Godzilla is being called Jiras in this episode. And Godzilla and Jiras square up, and and I'm glad you think so too, Grand Madam. And now here's how dirty Ultraman was during this fight. Ultraman ripped that thing off of his neck. Bear in mind, that's organic. He ripped it. You see the red around Jiras's neck? He tore. That's like me grabbing your eyelash and just ripping that mug off. Or your ear, just ripping it off, yanked it off, and then proceeded to bullfight him with it. He got done so dirty in this episode. Godzilla got pizzunks. But I had to think about it. What's the name of the show? Is the name of the show Godzilla, Jiras, or is it Ultraman? Yeah. Somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose. And Ultraman did some quick move across his throat, and Jiras just fell out. And then Ultraman did this thing kind of like Bruce Lee in Way of the Dragon. Like after he had killed Chuck Norris, he put his gi over him, as a sign of respect. That's what Ultraman does with Jiras. He takes his spinach accessory and tries to set it back on his neck where it was. And it's like, it's too late. He don't need it now. He don't need it now. He gone. So, and then the crazy part, when he was going to fight, he stepped on the dude that created him. So call it weird. I mean, Ultraman was a great show, but it has some things going on. It definitely has some things going on. Okay, we about at the 57 minutes. We about at 57 mark. Well, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. I pulled up on you to let you know. I came to be random. We gonna see him next month. Oh, we gonna see him in a week or two, and the ultimate Black Panther is gonna have to deal with him. And this is the second time I done, closed the show with some Black Panther discussion, but it needs to be discussed. For those of you that have not been following the Ultimate Black Panther comic book series by Brian Hill, and currently being drawn by Carlos Naito, Vibranium is a living thing, and it is evil in this universe. And it comes in the form of a being known as a progenitor. And they were so slick with it, they impregnated Aurora. Well, they didn't impregnate her. T'Challa impregnated her, but they took the baby and they aged it up. And that's what you're looking at right there. That is the son of Aurora and the Black Panther. I think if they weren't canceling the Ultimate Universe as a whole, this story would play out a lot more interesting, a lot more engaging. But it seems like the story's being forced to come to a conclusion. You know what I mean? And if that's what it is, that's what it is. But all in all, we want to make sure that we ain't getting shortchanged. But I ain't gonna go into all that other rhetoric. I'm gonna just simply say, we'll see what happens in a week or two. Let me also say thank you to all of the Rock With Me Nation members who pulled up tonight and said, I want to see what D-Real got to say tonight. Not a whole lot. Just tell you what I got for Christmas, what I'm doing. Oh, and that probably the Chiefs are getting the daylights beat out of them on Amazon. Let me take a look real quick. I wasn't gonna, but now that we out here like this, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't know why I'm torturing myself like this. I know it's going to be terrible. Chiefs 20, Broncos 13. Chiefs 13, Broncos 20 with 1:03 left in the game. They about to be 6-10. They about to be 6-10. It is what it is. They about to be 6-10. Probably 6-11 after all said and done. Probably 7-10. It is what it is, man. Everybody have a terrible season. We was due for one. Maybe that too is a gift in and of itself in the form of a better draft pick. Guess that's how you gotta look at it. Well, at least it won't be a bunch of people talking about, Mahomes done bought the rips off. He can't. He's in no condition to buy anything. So it is what it is, y'all. I hope, regardless of what your football team is doing, you are having a very merry and prosperous Christmas. Tomorrow's Kwanzaa, y'all. Happy Kwanzaa in advance. We will be there live for the vibe on the first night of Kwanzaa, and we might even give y'all some Kwanzaa edutainment, because I have often been involved in local community gatherings where we have to do the principles and tell everybody what each principle represents. So maybe I might do that again, or maybe I might redo it. I'm getting ideas. The wheels are clicking. But look here, y'all. Regardless, y'all pull up for the vibe tomorrow night with me and Theo B. Thank you for pulling up tonight to Thursday Live. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good to each other. I am Sideways.